only have dad jokes.
All right.
What do you call a cat that puts things off? A procrastinator.
Wow. You want a Jewish dad joke?
Oh my god.
No. We said things that we could use.
What do you call a crab that doesn't share? Shellfish.
Oh my god. There you go.
What did the DJ name his son? Eric.
Hi everyone, and welcome to No Outside Food Allowed, aka the Nofa Show. We're here to talk and argue about all the interesting entertainment news coming out today. That includes Jurassic World 2, the season finale of Westworld, and our main topic today is on franchise fatigue and how it's affecting the box office. I'm Adam, and I'll be the Rick Grimes of this group of survivors.
Yes.
Killing zombies with me today, Sam Leone.
I'll be the Daryl. I'm not going to be Glenn. Sorry, guys.
Eddie McGowan.
I'll be Glenn.
He's got the guns for it. Chris Felix.
Rick, right? Well, I'm Negan.
Negan, of course. Chris Gagne.
Yeah, I'll be the Abraham of the group, the ladies' man, the man with the great facial hair.
Ooh.
Nice. And special guest today, Jose.
Ooh, and I'll be the Carl.
Coral. You gotta cry for like 10 seconds while you're trying to talk to him.
What'd you do, Carl? No.
Oh no. He's just keeping his eye on you.
I'll be the tallest 13-year-old ever.
That kid is freaking huge.
You'd be emo before and after your time.
Is anybody still watching?
Yeah,
Kinda,
I'm still watching.
sorta.
Are you really?
It's kind of keys into our franchise fatigue. It's getting to the point where it's not interesting anymore, though.
All right. Well, who stopped where? To those that did stop.
Wait, Glenn died?
Happened in the comics a long
So
time ago.
before Negan,
I stopped like a couple episodes after that because personal stuff started happening around that time.
Dude.
Yeah, it was.
I finished the season, and I was really mad at myself for finishing it.
Good on you, sir.
No, it's not.
the current season,
It's gross.
The current season, yeah, me
it's
too.
gross.
I'm still current with it. I still watch it.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Get
It
yourself
just
a badge.
it just drags along, you know. Some of the
But Into
episodes.
the
are
Badlands
just-
doesn't do that. And it's on the same.
It's a totally
same
different
channel.
show.
It's on. It has 3 seasons. How many seasons does The Walking Dead have?
But also, this one has awesome kung fu.
Yeah,
Jesus.
totally different ship.
They actually had a marathon of The Walking Dead on some channel I was watching, and the first season's actually really good.
It is.
You know?
It's like
Yeah,
6 episodes.
I will watch the first season of that any day of the week.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Second
Oh,
season
quick
was
question.
trash for the most part until the end.
Is anyone gonna catch Preacher tonight? Season 3 premiere.
Season 3 premiere.
I'm
Season
still
3.
iffy because season 2.
I didn't even know season 2
Wrong.
came out.
Season 2 was a little rough.
Yeah, as a fan that read the book, I was like, I can't do it. So I'm not sure about season 3 tonight.
I agree.
I don't know.
with you.
Preach
you guys
on.
feel?
Preach on, Sam.
Anyone else watch Preacher here? Or
Nope,
not?
I didn't see the first season.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of the first season. It was trippy.
It's very
I
trippy.
do want
Oh,
to
yeah.
see more. I mean, I want to read the book, though. I mean, you guys all read
Yeah.
it?
Oh yeah.
I've read the whole thing. That
get it.
shit's
I can get it to you.
ridiculous. Yeah.
No, please.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Apart from this guy.
Add it to my weirdness of saga.
Oh, speaking of TV series, can we segue into movie news? I was going to tell you
Yeah,
about.
jump into movie news.
I was going to tell you about this week. Read about Why the Last Man.
Yeah, you're saying there was
So-
some casting news?
Yes, on FX. It's going to be on that channel, and they're trying to talk to Jodie Foster to play Yurik's mother.
Okay, interesting.
I could see her as a mother role. You know, she's pretty good for it.
She's got a small role. It's good to have like a name for it. You
Yeah,
know, bring some
established-
people to the.
Yeah. And then I'm still kind of worried about The Boys coming onto Amazon because they're kind of putting the cast together. It seems pretty cool so far, but I'm just worried about the rush and like they'll
I
skip certain
just
things.
hope they keep it R-rated. That's the only thing.
It's got to be TVMA, right?
Didn't they just announce
Yes.
Invincible
They did.
this week?
Yes,
That's the only news that's
actually
exciting.
happening. When is that
I
happening?
have no idea.
They
but
still have to
it's,
assemble
it's
the cast.
animated,
It's
right?
It's an
Animated
hour.
show.
It's an hour-long animated show.
Yeah,
Which network again?
but it would.
Who's it
it
going
could be
to?
better than.
I think it's Amazon. Yeah,
Yeah. It could be
Amazon's
better.
buying up things left and right.
Damn.
And you have to be a Prime member to watch it, and you've got to buy
Probably.
like a bunch
X
of
amount of
toilet
stuff,
paper.
like 100 rolls of toilet paper a month.
Wait, Jose, can we borrow your Amazon login?
You got it. It's samlimjimbo at gmail.com.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, I'm super pumped for that.
Are you guys pumped for the title drop for Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, I
He
got
dropped
that
it.
on my-
He
Far
dropped
from home.
he dropped the title by accident supposedly.
Is that legit? Like Far From Home?
Yeah, it is.
That-
It's legit.
At
You
this,
feel like
I
it's
think
fake?
at this point they're just like
Throwing things out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
because
fuck with people.
that's been like the ongoing joke is that Tom Holland can't keep a secret. So I
Right.
feel like,
Like they use that to their advantage.
yeah, I
They're
don't
like,
know.
yeah, we're gonna have him like fake announce the
They-
title.
And shouldn't we be seeing like more stuff behind the scenes before we actually get a title for the film? I mean, I don't know. I feel
Well,
like
plus
we
the
should
fact
be
that
getting a
it
little bit
should be
more.
called
You know-
Homecoming 2.
You know what I felt like he
What?
just got the script right, but they already had a logo ready for it. So I'm like, I don't know.
And it looks like the
it's-
first one's
Oh, yeah,
logo.
it does.
He
Yeah.
probably got the fake name the way we would, at the theater. We would get the
like
fake names.
yeah,
for the
you
movies
like
and
wrote it
stuff,
on the
This kid can't keep a secret, so let's give him a fake name.
totally.
And I would rather change it to Too Far From Home.
That's a good one.
He gets
with
it.
with
He
the
gets
with the
it.
number 2. Like,
Hey! Catching my drift?
Thanks for breaking that down. I totally
Oh,
didn't
that
get
joke
it.
was too fast, too furious, bro.
God.
Calm
There
down.
you
I hate you guys. My God.
Flex, throw away the counter tonight. It'll be a punful night.
That's why there's whiskey.
all right, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Star Wars offshoots. They got canned, I guess, right?
Yes.
So no Obi-Wan movie,
Yes.
no Boba Fett movie.
Actually, they re-announced that last on IMDb. They're gonna go. Lucasfilm's gonna still be able to do Boba Fett, but it's on the indie budget.
Okay, so it's gonna be like the new Joker movie that's supposed to be low budget.
So like Dallas Buyers Club with Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right.
Jeez.
Where's Matthew?
All right,
There could be
all right.
space
Here's
aids.
my Jedi.
You don't know what happens when.
So does that mean you have too much midichlorian?
No, that's when a human
That
sleeps
might
with one
cure
of
you.
those fish people. What the fuck is that?
Are you talking about Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah, that's what. That's what. I don't know
Admiral
what that
Akbar, yeah. Oh my god. Does Akbar have some weird aquamarine like virus?
Oh my gosh. It's a trap.
Wow, that's what all the ladies say.
You think it's Fallout from Solo? Or you think it's Fallout from Last Jedi?
Oh, for 100%, it's Solo.
They've been saying it's Solo's fault.
Yeah.
But of course, you're gonna blame Solo. You can't blame Last
you,
Jedi,
you,
which is
you can't
ridiculous.
blame. I mean, if it was like they're going in a different direction with the story, then it would be Last Jedi. They're going with numbers, and so Solo underperformed by a lot. So
Sure did.
So they're
That's
out.
ridiculous. Yeah. Did you hear about Silkville from Sony?
Mm-hmm.
They announced Silk, so I'm kind of excited for that. I want to know if it's gonna be a live action or it's gonna be an animated film.
Supposedly
So
the
who's-
actual
wait a minute.
character was in was it Homecoming and Cindy?
That's what I heard too. She was in.
Oh,
Homecoming.
really?
Cindy Moon is her
Cindy
name.
Moon, yeah.
And
Oh, okay,
she's,
I didn't know that.
Let's
Okay.
explain who Silk
Great.
is for nobody
So-
who knows what the fuck Silk
Yeah,
is.
exactly. We're going-
She's
we're
a
nerding out.
Spider Woman that's Korean American.
She gets.
Okay.
She's in Spider-
She's part of the
So
Spider.
I know. I'm just saying. Let's
So
give
it's
some more explanation
a
before we
little.
learn
It's a
out.
girl in Peter's class who gets bit by the same spider he does. Develops spider powers alongside him. It's a different kind of spider verse.
This is an alternate like realm, though, right? Or
Kind of.
verse. Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and her name's Cindy Moon. She's a Korean American. She becomes Silk, another Spider-Man type, and they're gonna make a movie based on her character.
my favorite thing they do in comics.
Well, they
There's
have it in
18
subtitles.
of this type of character who all suddenly, accidentally ran into the same spider.
Hey,
or,
listen, it might
whatever.
cause a spider get in. Okay, be careful.
Oh yeah, that is.
It's already happening.
Totally true, actually. So hey, Gagne, why don't you talk about Movie Pass a little bit? I know that's been going through some weird times.
Yeah, they've always been open, I think, and said that they were going to reset, how they laid out their subscription plans. But they announced some news that this week they're going to actually do one thing I think that's kind of cool is you can't purchase IMAX and 3D tickets currently because of the premium pricing, and they're going to allow you now from the app to upgrade your ticket if you wanted to go into an IMAX for a surcharge.
Okay.
That idea is great. The not great idea is that they are going to start in July charging a premium price on going to the movies an opening weekend. So even if you have the normal subscription, if you're trying to go opening weekend, you're going to have to pay they haven't rolled out the exact figure. They threw out a $2. I think they were hoping to see what people's reaction was going to be. But yeah, that's kind of a change kind of a kink in the system. It doesn't affect anybody who is an annual pass holder until their annual pass is up, and then they will be susceptible, or subject to
So,
this.
so at that point, are you not grandfathered in anymore? You're going to have to pay the new price and
That is correct.
go with the new system?
Who knows, though? It's like by the time my year is up in the next, I think, 4 or 5 months, they could have a whole new set of rules. Like they threw out a different pricing plan, and then they backed off. They threw out you can only go see 3 movies a month, and then they've changed that up. So they're toying with it and trying to figure out what they need to do. But it's kind of a mess right now. We'll see how long it lasts.
And now AMC's doing their own type of movie pass, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they rolled out a $20 one.
Yeah, so
And I
they're
think
getting a little competition from their theaters and their own little type of business, right?
Yeah, last I checked, MoviePass's numbers is up to like 5 million in subscribers. So they're definitely growing and growing at a fast pace. I think faster than they thought. And now they're like, oh shit, we gotta fix some stuff.
So, Gagne, so tell me this. So MoviePass, you get a free ticket once a month or once a week or once a day? How does this work?
I'm unlimited. I paid $89.95 for a year. It comes out to like $6.95 a month, and I can go whenever I want. The only caveat is I can only see the same movie once, so I can't go back and see Solo again. I've already seen it. So, but beyond that, I can watch every movie at any given time.
Now, at this point, before this week, obviously, you were able to watch a movie on the first day it comes out. In this case, on that Friday night.
Oh yeah, or Thursday night
free.
even for the early shows. Yeah.
Do you guys think is it affecting like movies like Solo and all these other like DC movies because of movie pass? Because people are actually not purchasing tickets because of such subscriptions like this.
I don't know. See, I don't know how the back end accounting works for what MoviePass is paying to the studios.
Right.
I'm assuming that they've got to be paying, a per capita. Like when we used to sell discount tickets, we had to pay the studios like a $6.95 per cap on each one of those that was sold. And it just was, I'm sure they're doing something like that. I just don't know how it's maybe negatively affecting grosses, or if they're paying full price and they're just eating on an average, they're getting advertising built in. I don't know. I'm still kind of, they haven't fully rolled out exactly how they operate. So they figured something out. They're getting subscribers and they're getting people to the theaters. I just don't know how it's working between the two.
I'm curious to see what kind of plans they're going to roll out, especially for the people that have already been in the system. Like Gagne, he's taking full advantage of it. He gets bumped down to once a week. Would you still keep it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, for that price, probably a $9.95 price. I mean, I'm not always going to go to a matinee, and that's the only time it'd be less than that. So, I mean, if I'm only paying $10 for the month, then I go once a week. Great, I've still made my money back.
That's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Hey Gagne, since you can watch a movie pretty much anytime you want, you ever felt the need of like slanging tickets in the movie theater and be like, hey dude, you can get a ticket? Come on in. On me this time. $5 for this
They solved that
movie.
problem pretty quick. They make you take, like some people, they make you take a photo of your ticket stub now. I mean, I still could take a picture of it and then just sell it to somebody, but yeah,
they're trying anyway.
They're trying,
Phone, I tell you.
Don't listen to us, MoviePass. Don't listen to our podcast.
No, we totally, we went and got tickets one day, and then the theater was just crazy, and my wife and I looked at each other and like, you know what, we don't want to deal with this. And so we're walking out, and we just asked the box office line, we're like, hey, is anyone seeing this movie? And this lady was like, oh yeah, I am. And we hand her a ticket, she's like, looked at us like we were crazy. Like, wait, what? Like, what? Why? Like, what's wrong with them? Like, no, we just don't want to.
We don't want to. Got them for free.
Yeah, I was like, we don't want to go. Like, take it. Like, you can get out of line. Go wait in the next line.
Enjoy your freedom.
It's regal.
It's funny, like the clause like you can only see the movie one time. What do you mean? If Titanic, I can't watch it again?
Do you need to watch it more than once?
Hey, a lot of people did, man.
Kind of already knew how it ended before I even saw it.
Well, plus there was a lot of room on the door. But,
Totally.
she didn't share. I'm saying. But speaking of dollar and figures.
Yeah, little side note, I saw that Han's blaster pistol from the original Star Wars movie, the prop itself, sold at auction for $550,000.
That's a true collector right there.
That's right. And Luke's lightsaber, which was only $450,000.
Only.
There you go.
That's not cool.
Dang.
But you know what pales in comparison is they sold an R2-D2 like full, like from the movie, $2.7 million. Holy shit!
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
I wish they would just give me one thing.
Do we know that? Is it the same guy buying all these Star Wars?
Probably, right?
Bill Gates, he's
I was
It's
just gonna
George
say.
Lucas.
Is it George Lucas behind the back?
Somewhere, somehow, some guy in his backyard has got a whole tattooey like landscape laid out.
That'd be dope. Brought in sand
Lucas is
from the
gonna
movie
do
and
his
shit.
Star Wars movie all over again with the pieces bought
Yes.
back.
Oh, that's what he's doing. He's buying it back little by little so
Yeah.
he can
Now,
produce.
I
his own
literally like
episodes.
have the Cantina song playing in my head now.
Wait, maybe it's the guy that's remake The Last Jedi guy.
Whoa, no.
Ryan Johnson. Speaking
no.
of that,
Yeah,
actually,
Let's talk about that for a second. What's going on with that tweet?
so
Tweet.
there's I guess a group of people that are trying to put together money so that they can recreate The Last Jedi. And Ryan Johnson, the director of Last Jedi, retweeted them and said, "Yay, I hope you do it.
Please, please let it happen."
Yeah, and they're like,
All sarcastic.
Yeah.
it must be sarcastic.
Yeah,
That's
It's
real
either-
facetious, yeah.
It's either that or he's a complete moron, which is actually kind of what I think. So,
Well, I think Seth Rogen was the one that tweeted something along the line of, "Hey, tell me this: you're gonna get money from people to remake The Last Jedi as something that's already been made?
yeah.
Like you're gonna get money to do something that's already been done? Why don't you just keep the money?"
Good luck with that, huh?
Right.
You
Well, it's
know?
just stupid on both ends. I mean, first of all, fans petitioning to fucking remake this movie. I mean, I'm sorry, dude, but like I realize how shitty Star Wars fans are just in this past like year.
Nerds
alone.
in
Like, I
general.
mean, yeah, just nerd culture in general. Some people are just chill the fuck out with some of these movies, man. Like, did you hear the story about Kelly Marie Tran? I think
Yeah.
that was her name.
Yeah, they made
How
fun
she
of
quit
her.
Instagram because she was being like verbally like bullied online or social media because everybody hated her in The Last Jedi. So like it got to the point where she literally quit social media and Instagram because people were just being spreading racist ignorant shit
Well,
online.
that's the
torture.
thing with the internet. You don't have to take anything, no criticism back. You're just this faceless thing.
It's all these trolls are just being so vocal
It's just-
because this isn't their Star Wars movie, so they're gonna take it out on the fans. Like I'm sorry, like the one actor that that's her fault. Like this whole movie is her fucking fault.
Definitely
That-
wasn't her fault.
No.
It was
No,
the
it's
script
such
and the
bullshit.
writer.
It's so
director's fault.
petty and
And the
pathetic
director's
that they just make people look bad. Like I'm sorry, just shut the fuck. There's so much other things to do out there. Just get the fuck over yourself. Get the fuck out of your mom's basement and just grow up hair. It's so pathetic. I'm sorry, I just had to let that out. It's just really, really aggravating seeing shit.
No.
I think
I
we all
was
agree
reading
with
the
you.
story.
You know,
It kinda
even though I
sucked.
don't like The Last Jedi, I'm not like
Yeah, but you're not over here
berating
like
people.
Yeah, we're not mad
you're
at
not
the-
over here
we're not
throwing
mad at
racist
the
and ignorant
cast.
shit towards the actors because they're participating in the movie. It's a job. They did their job, and unfortunately, it's,
Yeah,
not
the same
everybody
thing
agrees with it.
as Mark Hamill. He went into the movie knowing that he hated everything they did with that character, but he stood it out. He did his job. He
wasn't
the
able to say
character,
anything until the movie was released,
Yeah.
and then he voiced his opinion, which is fine as an actor. You know what I mean? He's allowed to have his opinion of the situation because even he said hashtag not my Luke. So that meant a lot.
He backpedaled pretty fast. But
Yeah, a couple days later.
Well, yeah, he's got
Yeah.
a Disney check still.
exactly, yeah. Like we
Like,
saw him
I've
in
got a
episode
cell
9,
phone
right?
bill to pay.
yeah.
He's like, you know what? I still need my retirement money. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Let me get that money back.
George Lucas is buying up, R2D2s.
Maybe he's recreating The Last Jedi.
George is the one who said that tweet.
So it's all going to be centered around R2D2.
Yeah. I don't hate all Star Wars fans. I'm sorry if that came out shitty, but like, I'm sorry. Just some people.
Just the trollers.
some
The
people suck.
trollers need to stop. You know.
Yeah, give it a rest.
The problem with people that troll is because they tend to not have a lot of things going on for them. And so they sit there and they think about everything, what they think is right. And they forget that everything that's being shown in movies is a form of art, and art is subjective. And just
Absolutely.
chill.
Yeah, it's just an opinion. You don't have to
Yeah.
spread
Yeah.
it.
91%. Or 93 or whatever.
Rotten Tomatoes.
What's the number again, Adam? Can you tell us?
91.
It should be 100%.
Speaking of numbers, as of yesterday, I didn't check today's yet, but yesterday, Jurassic Park World Fallen Kingdom is raking in at 144 million so far for opening weekend.
Yes, sir.
What was the, how much did it cost to make that movie?
I can't use my phone right now.
It's probably over
Stand by.
200 million, I'm sure.
Easily, yeah.
It was only expected to pull 120, 130 million, so it actually
Yeah.
Overshot.
its mark. Yeah, so it's actually the second highest Fox. Is it Fox?
Universal.
Universal. Yeah, second highest Universal movie ever, only to the first Jurassic World. So.
Until they make the crossover.
They said
Too
that
fast, two dinosaurs.
they said like worldwide they expect $1 billion, right?
It's
yeah,
possible. I
worldwide.
think they're.
Because they're pulling bigger numbers in China.
Budget is 170 million estimated.
wow.
Oh, okay.
There you
They're getting there.
We know where they're at
Google.
foreign already, right? They're already
Yeah,
past
with
the
the foreign
half.
box office.
Yeah, they're past the $500 million. They're at 560. So I mean, they're doing fine.
Shit.
All right, so who saw it?
I did. And
I
I was
did.
here. I guess it's two
I was
of
supposed
us.
to watch it yesterday and
What
did
happened?
not.
What happened, good sir? Fell asleep.
Yeah, ate a little too much
Nap time.
Italian food, and let's go home.
I know that all too well, man. All that good grub. You're like, the couch is calling my name.
But the problem is I don't have the movie pass, and spending
Yeah.
$15 for a ticket to watch an IMAX version of the movie, and they go, "Oh, we're too tired. Let's just go home." Got it. I'm not gonna waste $30 on the movie. Just thanks Fandango for allowing me to cancel it last minute. By the way,
We can't all be like
Yes.
Ganya and just go see free movies.
I know if Danya would just slang me some tickets, it'd be a lot better.
I told the kids this morning, come on, let's go. We got to get this noon show out of the way for the podcast. And they're like, what?
Daddy's got to go to work.
Got to do my research.
All right. First off, I'll ask you, how did the kiddos enjoy the movie? And did they see the prior ones before this?
They have seen all of them, and they loved this one. So they loved the last one, too.
Okay.
I feel like Jurassic Park didn't hit them as much. Like, I feel like it's more of a spectacle now, and I think they like that. It wasn't. I mean, it was a huge spectacle to us when Jurassic Park came out, but like you watch it now and you're like, okay, well, our special effects are better now, and there's more action, and it's nice to have someone familiar like Chris Pratt be the star.
Eddie's
They
shaking
know
his
him
head
from
over
Guardians, so. Because
Because yes, you are saying that you're kind of saying that the new Jurassic Parks are better than original Jurassic Park.
I think I said my kids are. I was explaining
it's my
that
I thought you
my
were saying-
kids are.
Save
I
your anger,
misheard you.
Eddie.
No, I
Save
misheard
your
you.
anger.
I would say that Jurassic World, the first one, was better than every one of them except Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, well,
So,
I would agree with that.
but
I would say it's definitely kind of a newer audience jumping onto this bandwagon. Maybe the original Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, doesn't hold up as well. Our generation remembers it fondly, but if you
man.
grow up with it, then it probably
For me, it
is
was so
a little
magical
lackluster.
watching as a kid, Jurassic Park. Like, it's the first time I went to the movies on my own. I remember mom dropped me off, and I worked to get my snack money. And like watching the movie solo, I was like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Like, it was just crazy for me as a kid.
The first time you see that dinosaur, you're kind of like, with Alan Grant, you just kind of like,
And
whoa,
and the score
how is
kicks
this?
in.
Yeah, it's
Exactly,
that
dude.
big moment. Yeah.
Hey!
See, this is-
Yeah, whereas this is more like that AVP, like over the top action.
Well,
kind of.
Hold up, not AVP, because AVP was shit. This was actually good. Like, this is better
Jeez,
than
Sam.
that. I'm just keeping it real. AVP was shit. Hashtag shit for life. But anyways.
AVP also stands for Alien versus Predator for those that are not following. So
Well, they can Google's it
so
if they want to.
did you guys like the last one?
I did.
I enjoyed the last one. I thought it was really cool. It was a good reboot, like to start everything over again.
With Jurassic World?
I also acknowledge it.
That was fine. It was fine. This is what I was talking about earlier, though, like how you're saying that the first one, it doesn't really hold up as much because it's sort of oversaturation. We've seen this story like almost too much nowadays that the kids, like you're saying, can't really go back and appreciate it the way we did in the first one because it was such a spectacle. Like you said, we're all there with Alan Grant. You see that brontosaurus and you hear that, that score kicking. You're just like, holy crap! You're in a sense of wonder. And the very first opening scene where you see the raptor in the cage and like you're in for this like adventure. Like it's really building like dinosaurs. Like these are creatures we can't even comprehend, that we can't deal with. Now to the point where you jump to Jurassic World, these kids in the movie are bored by them. Like they're just kind of don't really care. Like, so I kind of just see that as sort of a parallel to where we are. It's like, it's just more spectacle, more special effects. Just keep doing it, keep milking it, keep, sending out all that money towards it. So sorry if I come off a little jaded towards it. I am looking forward to this. I know I'm coming out negative, but I'm kind of just explaining why
That's fine.
I kind of perceive Jurassic World the way I do.
I'm ready to counter it.
Well, no, I'm not putting your review down. I'm just saying this is how I'm perceiving Jurassic
No,
World.
I understand. I'm like, that when you watch the movie, you'll see actually there's a balance between the CG and the practical. Like when you watch the practical in this one, you're like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Because I was telling Adam earlier that the practical effects, like down to the dinosaur, like even the coloring, the way they work the wrinkle of the skin, and the color pattern, how it's a snowflake pattern, it's not the same. Like they actually did a really good job of mixturing between the CG and then also the practical magic itself. So it made me appreciate it. And like this one had that like semi Indiana Jones feel to it. Like that magic that you're used to by Steven Spielberg in a good way, not in a bad way.
how many times did you watch the movie, Sam?
Once.
And you saw all that in the first time?
I'm telling you, dude.
I normally watch a movie once and I'm going like, oh, that was cool.
Now I gotta watch it again for the
Yeah. And your Sam's like, look at that. Look at the wrinkle in that dinosaur.
Yeah, like because when they close up and zoom in, like they actually do a really good job.
Look
So,
at-
so go ahead and mock me now, but when you watch it, you get back to me.
I'm not mocking you, sir. I'm more impressed with your observation.
I really enjoy it. Like I thought it was really cool, really fun. It had its corny moments, the
So-
one-liners.
You're trying to say it's not like the over CGI like early 2000s that actually does look like a real dinosaur. You're some more into the movie.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't
the-
fool your brain.
It was like I said, it's a fine balance. It's not overkill in the CGI. Like the CGI made sense, of course.
Yeah, they
you
did
know.
some really good actual special effects, and then some stunts that you could see, were real stunts. It does give you that Indiana Jones feel. It's an action adventure movie more than it's it's about the dinosaurs so much. They have to up the ante, and they give you some nostalgia. I absolutely, the first half of the movie is like an A+, and then the second half didn't kind of go where I was hoping it was going to go, and so and there were some corny things as it progressed, and so I kind of dropped it a little bit. I think my score probably a 7.5 if the first one was like an 8.5. Like it's not as good as the first one, but it's still fun, and it's still well done, and it's it does give you a little bit of magic and nostalgia still.
All right, 2 questions. 1,
Yes.
does she run in heels again?
No, sir.
No,
She actually
she runs in heels. Hashtag 2018. That's allowed.
They actually make it a point to show her a close up of her boots
Like
as she's
putting on-
getting off the plane
Nice.
or off like the truck.
I had
You,
a-
like literally see that, and it's like, we heard you.
She's not like tying up
Yeah.
sneakers or
Yeah,
anything.
that's what
like
I had.
that.
I had a close up of her like putting on some boots, right?
It's like,
Right.
it's,
Yeah,
that shot of,
some boots.
it's like that shot of the Terminator in the very beginning where he's just like strapping his lace.
Yeah, for sure.
no, she actually put on some boots. That's why I couldn't stop laughing at that part. I'm like, they listened to the fans.
Right.
They heard it.
All right, question number 2. Is it worth seeing in the theater?
Yes,
Go ahead, Danny.
absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a theater movie. It's
Yeah.
it's why movies are made. I mean, it's fun.
I would definitely say yes too, just because the sound itself, like the way the sound playing out, like the balance between like the score of the music and the sound of dinosaurs screaming, and as they're running down the mountain as the volcano's going off, the sound itself was really really good. So it's definitely worth to watch in theater just to get that surround situation going on.
What was your score?
Oh, and
My score. Oh, go ahead. Danny.
no,
Sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I gave it a 8.5.
I don't have a question. Just judging by the trailers, does this kind of parallel the Lost World a little bit? I kind of see the dinosaurs in public areas. Is this sort of
No.
okay? Cool, because I feel
Okay.
like Lost World, like
was
everybody
with
just
you on
remembers that. Just like, oh my god, is this?
Why
San
did you bring
Diego
them to
all
the main
over
world?
again? Yeah, it's just like
They're not roaming free in San Diego. No, it's
Okay, good.
okay.
They do end up in California again though. So
Oh yeah.
Northern California this time.
San Francisco.
They
you go.
don't specify. They just say Northern California.
Gotcha. Way to
Those
go.
dinosaurs wanted to party.
They want to be hippies, man. They're gonna join the apes. They're gonna live together in harmony.
Ooh, nice mashup.
Yes,
Alright.
very good callback.
I like
I'd
that.
say that one. That'd be
I
good.
like
If
The only thing that would
Comcast
top
would have
that.
if Comcast wins the bid for Fox, it could happen.
Nice.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, everyone's like, please no, nope.
I know.
So true.
I just want my Deadpool in my Avengers movies. Cameos.
Or you want Deadpool fighting dinosaurs?
Well, either no,
What?
no.
Deadpool and Avengers. I just feel like I would want Deadpool just fight Avengers all day long at that point. Like I don't even
happened.
care about
Deadpool
him.
versus the Marvel
I
Universe.
heard last
Yeah.
Disney threw in like 70 billion, I think, towards the
That's
bid.
what I heard.
71.
71.
Oh, they won.
No,
71.
71.
Okay.
It's a big
Man,
number.
this is
Did
ridiculous.
they offer
I hate-
71
I hate
cash
hearing about this.
or
I
check?
really do. They're like fighting over something, and they're like bidding like enough
Billions,
money
right?
that could
Yeah.
save countries. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, it just makes me sick to my stomach.
If we took just 1/3 of that money, we can live pretty good.
I could take
third.
0.001% and
Yeah.
be okay.
We're ants
Forever.
amongst titans watching them
It's-
argue a petty
It's
argument.
ridiculous.
No kidding, right? Take 1%.
What do we do 1% of 70 million? I don't
I
know.
wouldn't even know what to do.
Remake The Last Jedi.
Sitting here struggling,
Make my own Westworld.
wanting to buy the X-Men for just fucking
Or just,
fuck you Disney, fuck you Fox, and fuck you everyone else involved.
Keep
Although we love your movies.
I think you meant fuck you, take all my money.
Thanks, Eddie. Now we can't be sponsored by them. Thanks a lot.
We're trying to get that McDonald's money.
Szechuan sauce.
Please pay us some McNuggets.
So, Sam, and where I was going to allude to, and this is I'm lobbing the setup or the segue for Adam here. Did you notice at the end in the different shots of the land? Did that not look like Westworld? Was that not like a nod to Michael Crichton, like who's the creator of both of these?
Well, not only
worlds?
that, but in the scene where they're pointing to the auctioneers, he was telling them, "Oh, those are guys from Delos."
Ah,
yes, it's all ties in, bro. I think it's pretty cool.
Season 3.
I think Sam, you're lowballing us. I mean, you saw the movie like 2 or 3, 4 times, bro. Like you got like a bunch of notes.
I swear once.
You just got to go enhanced.
He's got that memory.
I mean, you saw it like 4 times in the one day. So
Can't afford that.
He didn't tell us that he took Ritalin, so he was like super focused.
Oh shit, you
All right,
guys.
so speaking of Delos and Crichton,
Yes,
let's jump into Westworld. They had the season finale tonight.
mind blowing.
We finally saw the door on what that was. Some crazy portal to the Matrix, basically.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Good call.
A lot of people there were so many different timelines going on with Bernard in this one.
And you like piece all together, trying to figure it out.
I really want to watch this one again and binge it because having that week gap in between, I think. I thought originally it would be great for us to kind of throw back ideas back and forth, but now I think binging it would give us more of a focused,
cohesive.
group. Yeah, a little more.
Yeah. Now I actually really do want to go back and watch it over again because I know I was kind of just really losing steam on it like halfway into it. But this last few episodes really picked up, and then I started just noticing a lot more parallels to just other things. We were mentioning some biblical stuff in there too. I was like, holy crap! It just started clicking for me. So I'm like, now I really want to go back and just put all these pieces together. But like you're saying, Adam, this is harder doing it week to week. This is actually really exhausting and kind of tedious. But as a whole picture, it really comes together nicely. So now I just want to just sit through it in one sitting and just
really enjoy
take it all in.
Now that we know kind of some of what the park is really supposed to be doing, and some of these characters that we thought were real people turned out to be
Hosts.
Cylons. I keep thinking
Cylons.
Cylons.
That's fair. Spoiler. That's fair enough.
That world,
spoilers, obviously.
same world.
That's why they went to space now. Oh, Space Force. Yeah.
Oh, God. Signing up. Let's go.
I was gonna ask Gagne,
Wait.
did you catch the bonus scene at the end of the credits?
No, I left.
Oh shit!
There's a scene with the Man in Black right after about mid credits end. It's
God.
it's like five minutes long.
Oh, it's right after the credits, so you have to go back and check that, Gagne. It's
Okay.
fucking mind
It's pretty
blowing.
intense.
I guess we can't say it this week because I want to spoil it for him. I want him to enjoy the magic.
it's 5 minutes long. He going to spoil it. He can watch 5 minutes and be like, oh, that was it.
We'll just say there's more Cylons.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I actually enjoyed the ending to the season. Made me, like I said, want to rewatch the first one and the second one.
I'm surprised it took the whole season for these special ops security guys to finally shoot somebody.
My God.
They still only got him in the shoulder with a point
When
blank
they're
shot.
standing still.
I know. He's like, hold on, hold. All right, shoulder.
Like every
Shoulder
bullet
right.
counts,
So
guys.
close.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God, his armor's useless. Why do we wear it? These guys are terrible. And I'm sorry, I started just pointing out little technical things. All those revolvers have zero kickback whatsoever. Those guys are just holding them straight wrists whatsoever, no recoil
And
whatsoever.
then the
Robots.
shotgun
Androids.
doing better
They're super strong.
than the modern gun.
They're robots.
I don't care. Just give me something.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
They
some
can,
recoil.
they're like crushing people's windpipes. I think they can hold a revolver without it kicking back on them.
Well, shit.
No, even his gun. No.
He didn't have it?
The man black had
those
no
a couple
kickback.
times, yeah, no kickback.
Literally, the only kickback was at the last bullet.
Oh well.
Wow.
Ouch.
Someone took his hand off.
Oh, I get it. Look.
But even then, what's it called? That one dude, the one that programmed Maeve, trying to go out with a bang.
That was
So lame.
So, do you guys feel like they just gave up one Westworld for another that's kind of the same prison?
Oh,
like
almost,
going into the
almost.
Matrix?
well, they're not being tortured.
Well, the two thing is, it's the Matrix and also
more
the
free
real
there,
world.
Well, I mean, it's the idea of where they're NPCs in one game, but in the other game, they're all main characters and get to
Correct,
control what
yeah.
they're doing.
It's
Well,
all
that's-
about control. Yeah.
That's what was poetic about it. I mean, you have Bernard who feels that way, that they're free, and they made the choice to go there, and then you have, Dolores who doesn't and thinks
Right.
it's just another prison. So that's what we're going to get.
In
Season
the next
3 is
season,
the struggle between
she wants
those
to burn
two.
it down.
Well, in season 3, I'm sure she's gonna replicate more into the.
She wants
real
him in the
world.
world. She wants him in the
Yeah.
real world. Like, she doesn't
Right.
want some fake bullshit. She wants to bring them
More
into
Cylons.
Yeah.
Definitely. So at the end, that printer was in the real world, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Correct.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Unless it's all just been a simulation. And at
Right,
the
'cause
very
you
end
never-
of the 5th season, they're going to be like,
So the whole thing was Inception.
someone's going to just take off a VR goggles and be like, well, that was fun.
Don't say that, Eddie. Don't freaking say that.
The line where Bernard's sitting there naked, he's like, "What time is it? When is now?" And I was like, "Exactly!
Yes.
Like, I've been trying to figure that out this whole episode."
Oh shit! I was actually making fun of Bernard being butt naked in that cold metal chair that shit would have sucked.
He's a robot. He's used to it.
He'll just warm up.
Again, Sam, with you and your observation,
Everyone saw the same thing.
where are you focusing at?
Where were you, sleeping?
This show. So
Oh god, all the nudity this season was horrible.
You say horrible. I say.
I say rewind.
I know Jose
I
was
say, who's
looking at
binging
Valkyrie's
with
butt.
me?
Yeah.
Valkyrie had a nice butt.
There you go.
I'm sure she had a stand-in.
Do you think it was a
That's
stunt?
understandable.
It was a stunt butt.
A stunt
It
butt.
was
I'd say
100%
it's
a
a
stunt butt.
Stunt butt. Oh shit. That's
It's
good
like
stuff.
Khaleesi's stunt butt. When it's her turn.
hey, in the beginning, it was all her.
Well, yeah, because she was no one.
Hey.
Why? Oh, she literally was no one.
Can't
That
talk
was like
about
the
the
first
mother
thing
of
she
Dragon.
ever did.
You're
Jesus.
saying she
She's
wasn't
the
famous.
unburnt, okay?
I mean, she was a person, but I mean, she wasn't famous. There. Did I say it better? Did it sound
It's
better?
a joke with no one.
Yeah, we get it.
You missed the Game of Thrones joke, Eddie.
You killed the
Oh,
joke within the joke.
I don't watch that show.
I know. Well, you used to.
What?
I mean, I read the books.
Hey, Game of Thrones had a wedding with no blood in it.
Yeah.
Well, which one are you talking about?
The one,
real
the
life
real
wedding.
one with
Oh, yeah, that one.
Kit
Okay.
Harington and
Oh
what's the
yes,
redhead?
yes, this week.
Hey, I mean, that we know of. Anyways.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Anything else on Westworld, guys?
I want more. I want more. Definitely.
I'm going to definitely have to binge this entire season all over again.
I feel you on that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see I'd like to see a cut that was all like chronological order.
Oh shit!
That would be
That's
cool.
a fucking good one, dude.
That's a nice 8-hour long
For
show.
sure.
Order the pizzas.
Without all the jump
We'll all
back
meet
and
up.
forth, it might be shorter.
True.
That's true.
All right, so moving on.
Yes.
We got our big topic today, which we've kind of danced around today with a few different franchises.
You mean a
Star
little,
Wars
a little,
and-
a little dabble?
little dabbing,
little
yeah,
dabbing?
you know. But franchise fatigue and all these big franchises, Transformers, Star Wars. Are we just getting tired of them? Are there too many of them? You know, Solo, the box office was terrible, so now they're canceling. You know, any other future Star Wars spin-offs. So it is affecting something.
Well, they claim that they're holding everything because they want to pull focus onto episode 9. So episode 9 better be fucking amazing. Because if
Well, like
someone's
I told-
chucking milk again, I'll be pissed.
Like I told JJ, you better not fuck it up.
You done
But-
told them? You
but
done
that
told
make-
them?
Oh, okay.
But that begs the question, like, is it because people are tired of it, or is it
Yeah.
because they're not putting out what we're expecting?
Quality
what
stuff.
I mean,
Or
Solo
the
was
trolls are speaking
enjoyable,
too loudly.
but episode 8 was horrible. Episode 9, we'll see.
It's a good movie, guys.
It's an okay movie.
It's an okay
not
movie,
good.
but it's not a good Star Wars movie.
Correct.
Yeah. There you go. We've argued this before.
I get that it's not a good Star Wars movie, but it's still an entertaining enough movie. And it's like, all right.
See,
But
but
that's the thing is,
but
like-
that entertaining enough? Like, come on, like this is.
You set the bar pretty low, Jose. You set the bar like limbo low.
It's like I don't even know how to compare it. It's like the next Deadpool movie is not funny at all. So, but it's still but it's still a good action movie. But it has no comedy.
Here you
That
go,
is
Eddie.
not,
And
and
you
then
go-
why is it Deadpool?
Hey,
And
Eddie.
you go see it anyway because it's Deadpool in the title.
Correct, and that's
that-
what I'm saying.
that's
It's
the problem,
it's,
though, right?
It's well, correct to that whole fatigue issue. I think there's a sense of our expectation being way too high, and to your point of fatigue, it goes both ways. You know, franchise is only built by the fans that watches it, correct?
Sure.
And so because of that, if everyone's expectation goes way too high almost every single time,
They'll be let down.
And they get let down just a little bit, and that little bit snowballs into something a little bit bigger the next movie, and then next thing you know, oh, they finally caught up, and they should have done this better, and then everyone just becomes a little bit of a troll. Why can't we just go, it's a movie, it's a franchise, okay, whatever, call it for what it's worth. Could it be better? Yeah, it could be better, but
Okay, well, I'll give you the opposite of Star Wars then. My movie I pick for franchise fatigue is Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
They literally get worse and worse as they go, yet they still get made, and people still go watch them. Less and less people every time. I got box office numbers right here in front of me. But yet they still are pumping out these movies.
Yes.
That's because China is to blame. Because China love fucking watching that bullshit that Michael Bay puts out.
That bullshit.
So we're blaming the international market on the crap that we put out.
Well, for this one specifically, the numbers that you see, and you go check the foreign box office numbers.
Foreign box office will
Oh,
crush it.
jeez,
Absolutely.
dude. It's so fucking ridiculous. Like I said, that bullshit.
I think that comes into my choice for franchise fatigue, which is Too Fast and Too Furious. I mean, they make big numbers here, but I mean, once it goes out there, it's just ridiculous.
Oh, how many have you watched so far?
4 of them, but
4.
I think I skipped 4 and I saw 5.
See, I'm the same. I think I watched 4, and by the time 5 came around, I had already gotten into that fatigue,
burned out.
and I was like, I've
guys
seen
are-
this movie before.
you guys are horrible. I've seen
I mean,
all of them. Okay,
like-
they're all good.
Wait, you watch all the
Vin
Transformers?
Diesel is great.
Okay,
What about Transformers?
See, that's where
You watch
you're
them all?
wrong.
I've seen
Yeah, I was
every
gonna
single
say-
Transformers for the fact that I am an 80s child and I love robots and I love anything with cars. So it's Fast and the Furious with robots, and I'm pissed off the fact that they still haven't found a way to mash up Jurassic World with Dinobots. And if they would do that, I would be there fucking in a second.
And
I'm just
Fast and
saying.
the Furious.
And Fast and the Furious.
I
with
didn't
fast
even
cars.
really like the first one. Like, it was the cars, right? That's why a lot of people like them. But I was like,
Transformers,
why
you
did
mean?
no?
Fast and Furious.
Furious.
Oh, Fast and
And then
Furious,
like the second one came out, and it was all just the racing for me. Like everything that didn't have to deal with the racing, I was like, well, I don't even.
Like, why
And
is
then-
Tyrese talking?
And then Tokyo Drift was like, oh, cool, Japan. I love Japan. But then it was just
And
like
that was it.
drifting and the car, the
What? There's no-
imports
there's no
and,
Street
like,
Fighter?
It was called Tokyo Drift.
I know. Thank you, man.
There was no Vin Diesel, so.
Oh, yeah. Just till the
Yeah,
end.
he
There was
was
till the
there.
end.
Oh my god, he was a cameo because now they're basically superhero movies because they like the ones that I haven't seen, but I've seen the trailers. They're like
They have a team,
jumping
nobody
out
dies.
of,
and
yeah, they're driving cars out
That's
of
not true.
airplanes and landing.
Gal
And,
Gadot died.
Oh, see, I
wow,
Han
see, now I don't even
died.
have
Han
a
died.
reason.
Oh, spoiler.
Well, he died in Tokyo Drift, and then he came back because it was all prequels or something.
Right.
It's stupid.
They're very stupid. I don't know which one this was, but I tuned in. It was on TV. I don't know which one it was. It was one of the latest ones. But Dom was like dying or something like that, like a fucking building fell. I don't know, whatever. But they're like resuscitating. They're doing like CPR and shit like that. And then one of them just like pushes him. I was like, no, stop it. Let me talk him back to life. And she like holds him in his arms, like, come back to us, Dom. Come back to. And then he fucking wakes up.
Right. Oh
Like-
my god, the
like
miracle
what?
of talking.
Hey,
It's so
that's what happened in Avengers, and no one said anything about that.
Hulk
know,
yelled at him.
oh,
That's totally different. Hulk
A
screamed at him
world
and he
with
woke up.
superpowers
How's that
and
different?
magic. These are supposed to be street
They're
racers.
fucking cars and Vin Diesel.
Hang on.
There's a
They
scene in one
parachute
of them.
out of an airplane.
There's a scene in one of them
In the car.
where they all hook his car with like
Chains
what?
and stuff, yeah.
And then they're one of them being a giant fucking tow truck, and because Dom is driving this car that is souped up, I'm sure it has way more horsepower than all of these other vehicles separately.
Wait, are you applying logic to this movie?
And he still pulls them. Like, I'm just like, this is stupid. This is stupid. My son was watching it and he's loving it.
Oh,
I'm
he
like,
loves it.
this is like peak age. Believe everything you're seeing there because
Once you start to break down a Transformers or a Fast and Furious movie,
All right. Give me your Transformers rundown, bro. Hit me with it. I want to hear
All right,
this
well-
because it sounds great.
I just want to throw you a couple numbers here. I know we dig on Rotten Tomatoes a lot, but I went to them and Metacritic for some numbers. And the first Transformers was generally, hailed as a pretty
I
good
love
movie.
that movie. The first
Yeah,
one.
the first one was good.
Rotten Tomatoes had an audience score of 85, but a critic score of 57. So it kind of has a pretty good gap. And then it just get worse from that. The second movie, the audience score goes to 57. So they're kind of back to where the first movie ends up. And then all the way down to Last Night, which gets down to about a 16%. So apparently...
Is that
everybody hates
audience
the
or
movie.
Rotten Tomatoes?
That's Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Audience 44. Still not even,
For
it's still an F,
for
right?
audience
So,
to do that means it has to be really
it
bad.
was pretty bad. So then I got a couple of quotes here I just pulled off of random, reviewers.
Wow, Adam came loaded.
You know what you're in for when you buy a ticket. Period. The film wasn't made to make you think, but it does.
Oh God.
Let me read that one again. The film wasn't made to make you think, but it does.
You need to apply that to Last Jedi. You need to apply that one to Last Jedi.
As a
seriously.
performance art act of juvenile-eyed fulfillment, it's magnificent. Watching it makes you die a little inside. Pretty simple. And then this one. You better start looking for the red carpet leading to the Oscars, because Transformers is sure going to be at its technical end.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. I was starting to lose hope in humanity for a second there.
Hey, so basically, it's a movie filled with beautiful CGI and explosions and robots. And if you love that, it's awesome. Just don't read into the plot because it's fucking terrible.
But does it have robots?
Exactly.
Does it have fucking cars?
Are they in disguise?
I'm fucking there, bro.
There's another robot movie that does it better.
It has a guy
Pacific
named
Rim?
Cade Yeager.
And
How awesome
two.
is that name?
Cade,
Oh, is that-
he's a scientist.
Cade.
Is that Mark Wahlberg's character?
Yeah.
The rip scientist.
The farmer,
Rip
scientist, bodybuilder.
Well, at least let me ask this to the group: with all this raving greatness that Adam just gave us, are you guys still gonna check out Bumblebee?
Actually, yeah. That looks pretty
Because
sweet.
I am. I have hope in Bumblebee. It feels like
why?
a fresh start.
But why?
Look, they give it to somebody else, let them see what they can do with it. They go back in time, essentially erasing everything that Michael Bay did.
Bay's still producing though, so
That's fine. He can
Well, I'll
produce.
give you this,
yeah.
Adam.
It's
It's
the
not
only reason
directed
that
by
the first
Rain,
Ninja Turtles was
whatever.
kind of okay.
that's debatable.
That's very debatable.
I
And
enjoyed the first one.
I will actually go and watch it, but the trailer makes me feel like it's that one. What was that one movie? It's Herbie or Kirby.
Herbie?
Herbie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Herbie
feels
Reloaded?
It feels exactly like that. So
I guess
you know,
Because he's a Volkswagen?
With the Rock, Herbie Reloaded with the Rock.
we had that post the other week.
That's a good callback, actually.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
I didn't see The Last Night because, like, at some point, like, in the second movie, they had this really supposed to be sad scene where Optimus Prime dies.
And he
then
did,
the
okay.
third movie, they did the same thing again.
and he did okay.
But that you lose emotional connection when the thing just keeps happening.
He's a fucking robot. What connection do you-
No.
You don't have any
But-
connection to the Transformers.
I'm saying
Nobody dies.
no. Eddie's correct because same thing's occurring with Supernatural. Sam dies, Dean's died. It takes turn every season. Oh, you're gonna die? Okay, cool. I'll bring you back next season. Oh, you died? Okay, I'll bring you back next season.
Yeah.
Takes
Is it
emotion out
a
of it.
Bone
Yeah.
Thugs and Harmony song? You want to die? I want to die. You want to die.
All right, what do you got, Felix?
Oh, yeah, my turn. So as far as franchises, yeah, I'm kind of done with the Terminator series. I know China's kind of
I
giving me
thought you
grief.
loved Genesis.
No, Genesis, whatever, Jenny Smith, whatever the fuck that was. No, that was fucking stupid. No, I'm sorry.
Genesis.
First, Terminator 1, still one of my favorite all-time science fiction horror movies because that is straight up a classic horror movie. Just awesome. Just everything about it is just fantastic. It gave me nightmares as a kid, but I loved it. Terminator 2. I don't need to say anything more about that. One of the greatest action movies of all time. One of the best death scenes of all time with that thumbs up. It is fucking amazing. 3, not so much. It kind of recapped everything that the second one did.
Not
We
so much.
got-
It's not the good.
we had a female Terminator, and that was about it. And
What
then
about-
we killed off Sarah Connor off screen? Unfortunately, just unceremonious.
What about
Stuff.
Batman? What about Batman's Terminator?
Yes, Batman Terminator was kind
Yeah,
of cool.
I forgot
though.
that happened.
I
That
like
was
that one.
extremely forgettable. I
I
mean,
love Batman Terminator.
the only thing I really remember about that was just the Arnold scene at the very end. I mean, that movie was fine, but I really feel that that's where it should have ended.
You
It
don't
should have
remember him
ended
when
with
he's yelling?
Salvation, with sending Kyle Reese to the past. Come full circle. But no, what do? We went to Genesis and we literally erased the best movies in the franchise.
Are you
We
also
started
including
them
the TV show?
over. We sent back Old Man Arnold to the past and redid Terminator 1 and Terminator 2 within the same fucking movie
he was
with Jai
old?
Courtney as Kyle Reese.
Why was he old? He's a robot.
What the fuck?
I
Just
don't get it.
stop with these movies. Just stop it. You're literally just shitting on what you've made great in the past. So this is my problem: is that you're continuing to do the same thing over and over again, and you're going back and just cutting out what made it great in the first place, and you're just putting out this crap. And they're making another one. I didn't realize, and they actually brought back
Oh, yeah, they're rebooting
Linda
Linda
Hamilton,
Hamilton.
as Sarah Connor, I guess. So
She's back, and then the guy that played Ghost Rider is in it.
Nicolas Cage.
I was about to say.
Well played, well played. I set myself up for that one.
My stomach dropped. I thought, like, oh my god, there's Nicolas Cage in this.
Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Sorry, let me reiterate that.
Wow.
Eddie,
Ronnie Reyes.
well played, well played. Props to
Reyes.
that one. That was good. That was good.
Felix, you know your nipples got a little hard when you saw the pictures of Linda
Out of
Hamilton.
fear.
You were like,
I was gonna greenlight it.
oh yeah, Sarah
His nipples
Connor.
got hard out of fear.
Oh my god. No, I'm just saying. This is like one of my, like I said, the first two movies are some of my favorite movies of all time. But it's just one of those that continues to get worse over time. Like you said, Transformers, they're not getting any better, and they're just getting worse, and they're just kind of going back and shitting on the legacy they started with. So I'm just saying, just let it be what it was, and just stop.
All right, let me ask you this: if you were given the budget, how would you redeem it, or how would you help reset it to where it'll be good again?
I would donate the movie to a different company and make original product, and then
Yeah,
they
there you
donate
go,
the money
honestly.
somewhere else. Because I'm sorry, we don't need any more.
We
Terminator
need more
movies.
original ideas.
Yeah, give us something more original.
Just go to the auction houses, buy back all the animatronic Terminators, and then we'll make our own.
I'm gonna go buy a C-3PO.
You're gonna go
donate
buy-
to George Lucas so we can redo The Last Jedi.
Let's go fund me a Terminator movie.
Oh, jeez.
Very true.
All right, Gagne, what you got?
I went with Pirates. In the same vein of where Felix is coming from. Like it's the franchise fatigue for me is like, give us something we haven't seen before, and I'm not talking about a house somehow being towed through a city, while Johnny Depp is drunkenly riding on it and nothing like falls apart. And it's just like, while the last one had some entertaining moments and you can sit there and watch it, and it's like, yeah, they put a cool actor as the bad guy, like. You can see in the scores the same way you did, Adam. Like it just progressively goes down notch by notch by notch as you continue to make these films. And it's like, look, yeah, we'll watch it, but we've seen this all before, so it doesn't make it a good movie. It just makes it a escape for 2.5 hours and a reason for $200 million to be spent. It's a chip in order to make more money. It's like I'm putting it all on red and hoping that I get a $500 million return again.
Sure, and with something like Pirates, it's pretty easy money. You just throw the name on there and you're good to go.
After the first movie, wasn't it just like Jack Sparrow's adventures? Like that's the only parts I liked.
I actually liked what was it, the newest one, Pirates 4, because they had like some
Dead Man No Tails or something like that.
It was a good villain. They had some good callbacks to Orlando Bloom's character and Keira Knightley.
Is that-
at the
is
end.
that the
Good eating
fifth
for
one?
Barbosa too.
Yeah,
Is it
Barbosa was
eating?
good.
Yeah.
Which one is which? I'm sorry. Which one are you?
Dead Man Tells
was,
No Tales or something.
Who's in it? Because I don't remember.
Is that
Javier
Bardem or something?
Javier Bardem.
Isn't that the fifth one? Because they had the fourth
Fourth
one
one
was
was,
the Fountain of Youth
Oh,
or
you're
whatever.
right. It would be the fifth one. The fourth one was with the
With Penelope Cruz.
Penelope
Yeah.
Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Blackbeard, right?
But, yep.
Okay.
That one. I think
I completely forgot about that one until he said the fourth
It's
one.
'cause
I
that
was
one's
like,
bad.
wait a minute.
I will tell you guys this. I am waiting for it to have like a bundle pack on iTunes so I can buy all 5 of them at once. I'm just saying.
Hey,
I haven't seen the last two. I want to watch them, so
They're not
Again,
bad to
not-
watch.
I'm just not in a hurry.
I think the fifth
Not
one's
that
on
they're not
Netflix.
entertaining, but they're not good films. They're just the same regurgitated, like, okay, here's this character, and we're going to replace this character with this character and this one, and now he'll be on a different island, in a different boat, and another captain who's mad at him. And
It's the
we'll
problem is
bring...
that you don't have original ideas anymore, so you're just latching on to one great, idea and then spawning it off another 3-4 times.
It's formulaic, and you're like, they know it's going to make money. It's an investment. It's not like, hey, we're really fucking stoked about this pirate script. Oh my god, this is revolutionary. It's just like, hey, we have an open spot here for another Pirates movie. Let's fucking plug it in.
Yeah,
and,
Pirates 5. We haven't had a movie in 2 years. Let's
Right.
pump this out.
Here comes $1 billion.
I feel like the same thing with like video games and like Madden and Halo and everything Microsoft put out basically at E3. It's just another continuation story, whereas Sony's got the original stories, and I don't know.
It's only a matter of time before we get another Uncharted.
No.
Yes.
Or if it is, it's not going to be with the main character.
That's why we got the last one to test it out. Watch, there's gonna be more.
All right, who didn't give us one?
Me
These
and
two guys.
Jose. Jose, you go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first, man.
You go first.
You're here today. It's a special day,
All right.
bro. You go.
All right. Well,
I'll
I'm going
go
to take
again.
it. I'm actually not picking a specific franchise. I'm more talking about a specific topic of like horror movies. There's the movies like The Purge. There's the not
Conjuring.
not Conjuring. Not too long ago. They're still making a spinoff of The Nun. Oh my gosh,
Like Annabelle and all that.
my wife and I we go watch horror movies because she loves them, and I'll watch them for because she wants to watch them. I'll continue watching horror movies and call it a horror movie if it scares me. It does not scare me. Nothing has scared me at all.
Besides
it gave me a jump. A specific scene when they were in the garage and there was the whole scene that gave me a jump. Was it scary? Not at all. The last time I was
You get your heart pounding, you're really trying
yeah,
to
I was on the edge of my seat, but I wasn't scared. I hate the fact that they're taking horror movies and they're just, to your guy's point, regurgitating the same ideas and putting the name of that movie just like, hey, instead of creating something original, creating something different, saying they're coming up with another Halloween movie, right? And it's about Michael Myers coming out of whatever penitentiary he's from, and it's gonna come kill.
Well, supposedly this one picks off from when?
It's like after the original one or the second one.
This is kind of the same thing though. They're going back and they're basically wiping out a couple of movies, right?
Correct.
And
but that's fine because those are all shit.
Well,
so like they're basically keeping the good Halloween one.
Maybe this would be like the franchise fatigue. Maybe rebooting a franchise in a completely different direction, kind of like God of War, I guess.
But the idea of rebooting itself is the idea that that franchise was dead, so let's find a way to resuscitate what we thought was good, and let's try to do it some other way. It's like, what is that saying? You can polish a turd, but it's still a piece of shit. I'm not saying the movies were that bad that it's a piece of shit, but I'm saying that like, come up with something different and call it something different.
That's why I had a problem with the new Predator too, because nothing about it just makes me excited. Like it's just the name, the Predator, and like I don't find that that's gonna draw in a new audience.
It doesn't seem scary at all. That Predator trailer doesn't seem scary. None of them do.
But like nothing about it excites me. Like I know plenty about the Predator, and I saw that. I'm like, I don't care. And like that's just.
I was talking about AVP earlier. I think that one definitely is part of the conversation, and that the first couple of Predator movies were excellent, and then they kind of switched gears and went more toward this kind of actiony version of it, and it just didn't have the same plot. It didn't have the same feel. It went away from sci-fi.
Well, I'll tell you this, Jose. If you hate that, things just gotten worse because they announced that the guy that recently made like the last Chucky movie, he's trying to shop around and get a Chucky TV show going.
About that.
'Cause that's what we need. After Bride of Chucky 1, 2, 3.
Like when I read that, I gave out the longest sigh ever. I'm like, but why?
How many more of those did they make? They made like a Cult of Chucky and like
Seed of Chucky, Cult of Chucky.
And see, they'd switched, paths too, and went from horror to comedy.
Yeah, and they just leaned. They just gave up. They were just like, you know what?
Let's just go full bore.
That's what cocaine does.
Evil Dead, the first one.
But it works for Evil Dead.
But I mean,
that's Bruce Campbell. Come on.
Well, you have to have the right person, the right script.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
To switch it over and be successful.
Wait, you mentioned The Conjuring earlier. Did that scare you, Jose?
Not at all.
Thank you, because I'm sorry. Like I thought I was the only one. Like I've already mentioned, I'm over horror movies, but like, dude, nothing about that movie did it at all.
It's all shock value.
No, it's just like I've seen this all before. And like the scariest part was the clap scene, and we saw it in the trailer.
You know what the boring horror movie for me too, like series wise, was it Paranormal Activity?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
She's in that whole time.
7 of those now.
Like you're trying
The
to
first one, right? Are you talking about the first one?
I saw like up to like the third one, or the three.
They're all basically the same movie.
And I was like, they were like trying to explain the storyline, then the background, then like it starts to a whole new family curse, and I'm like,
this is the same thing.
Yeah, like it's
let
was boring.
me tell you about Paranormal Activity.
Okay,
and, got a bit of a background in marketing, so I can honestly tell you, I think Paranormal Activity had something great going on for them for the first movie. The way it started is that it was technically they advertised it as it was illegal to show to certain cities, and they were slowly showing it from city to city. I think it started from LA, and then like in Houston and all that, and then all of a sudden it's going to show in Las Vegas. And I remember I was like, "Ooh, it's in Las Vegas! Oh, let's go watch it." So with a couple of friends, I'm like, "Oh, the theater was packed," and they sold it as, "Oh my gosh, this is a legit like, hey, hands-on camera from this guy and yada yada yada." And I'm like
it was a real film.
It's a real film. Now, I'm not an idiot. I can tell when it's like fake, but the idea is like, why was it banned from all these other cities? And that was the intrigue of that. And now there's a lot of creepy scenes, and especially the end, the girl ended up being a monster and all that. And I get that. And if you're believing all that stuff, that would be very creepy. I get that. But the idea of, you want to scare me in real life.
Like this should really
ask me why was it banned in certain places?
You want to scare me? Just give me a bill. That's like,
I mean, there's that effect in real life, and it's like, oh,
America.
It intrigued me enough to go like, what the hell? In almost the entire movie, I'm going, what the hell's going? Why is it so bad? And then I go, well, the movie wasn't that scary, really, but it intrigued me enough to go, I really wanted to watch that.
Right.
And that's what's
Clever
missing.
marketing, do you
right?
think?
And well, exactly. And then the problem with horror movies is that they say it's a horror movie. Really? Then make it scare me.
Yeah.
Or not even scare me, but I'm not intrigued. Like, sorry, dude. Like, you're gonna try to scare me with another ghost? What? It's the ghost. Well, ghost of what? Is it Abraham Lincoln? What is it? What's wrong with it?
It's hard to make scary movies nowadays. Well,
That
any
is
movie,
true. Especially when real life is so scary itself.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's a different topic.
Well, mine's a pretty easy fatigue for sure, which is the freaking shitty ass Resident Evil movie series. The first two were good to me. The rest was just shit, dude.
We were talking about this.
I just
Mila Jovovich. was
like
it?
there's like certain movies. Oh, she has power. Some movies she doesn't have power now. Oh, she got her power back. They sprinkle in like the characters from video games, and you're like, oh, cool. Jill Valentine, Chris Redfield, Claire Redfield.
reference.
Yeah,
I know that.
yeah. They sprinkle on just enough reference to keep you like excited in the trailers. And when you go watch it, you're like, oh, cool. I went all to shit again.
I feel like that's an example of like a movie that had no real ending, and they were just kind of going like one like movie into the next, and they just
Yeah.
kind of lost track of what they were trying
the
to
worst
get to.
the worst part was
Every
the
movie
very
got
last
worse.
installment. I was able to write the whole film in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I picked
I
it
remember
apart.
you and I saw that in the
Dude,
theater. and
yes.
The whole time we were like, what is this
Because
movie?
I looked at Adam, I'm like, holy shit, this whole time it was Alice. It was this whole time. And we surely enough, it was her the whole time at the fucking end. And then the way they killed Wesker was such bullshit. He got defeated by a fucking door.
Spoiler alert.
A door broke his ankle, even though he has superpowers. A door
Hey man,
broke
have you
his
ever stubbed your toe?
That would defeat me too.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
My only weakness.
No
But
matter
he's
how
Wesker.
much- No matter how much I bench or I lift, when I fucking stub my toe, I'm down for like 3 minutes.
3 minutes. He's
Okay,
done for the
Peter
day.
Griffin.
But dude, listen, man. He got shot, right? So he falls to the ground, and this door shuts down on his ankle, and it defeats him. Like he's just defeated by a
he
fucking
dies?
door.
Yeah, he's
this
Achilles.
is
Yes,
terrible writing, dude.
yes. The door kills him. He's
Like,
defeated
just
by the
lays there
door,
and closes his eyes and dies.
Pretty much.
pretty much, because the whole building was gonna fucking explode.
Was he related to Achilles?
Hey, the door's that way,
That's a
Eddie.
smart dad joke.
Shit, that's a smart dad joke.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
But,
Like
hey,
I'm just a fan of
we
Troy.
have to thank them for the laser scene in the first movie.
that's what I'm saying. The first two were good, dude.
First
I
movie
enjoyed
was
it.
excellent.
The soundtrack was really good too. The first movie, the Slipknot soundtrack, like it was just a good set of
That was
soundtracks
in the
for
second
sure.
movie.
Marilyn Manson that composed a lot
Yeah.
of that soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Could it be possible like they were kind of lowballing the first movie? Like they had a great setup.
For
Resident
sure,
Evil.
it was a
Well,
video
yeah.
game movie.
Yeah,
and it
and
also
had
had
no
like that
hopes.
lower budget, like horror movie feel to it.
Yeah.
Also, and like they
Right.
had like zombies and stuff like that too. Everyone after that just got more and more ridiculous and
Crazy
just outside
sci-fi
of the source. The second one I would actually say is probably the most accurate to the games, but it's a pretty bad movie. It's really bad acting all throughout.
But
It's just
Lee's
pretty
stars
stupid.
showed up, so I thought
Well,
it was
like
cool.
they had the Nemesis. Yeah, that was awesome.
And they had that shot of the helmet that said stars on it. Like remember from the game?
Yeah, straight
So
from the
they
game.
had that shot straight from the game. So I was like, okay,
A lot of
that's
it, yeah,
cool.
there's a lot of cool things in it, but as they just went on, like, yeah, it was just like, let's take this character from this game, throw him in there. Like, let's get this character. Like, they had Leon in there randomly. They had a Barry. They had all these
You
characters.
can't
that
make
did
these
nothing.
movies based on references.
Yeah, and
That's what I'm
these
saying. It
games
doesn't
are.
work.
Or that's what
It's
these movies
a
are.
heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker. But I finished out the whole fucking
We watched
series.
them all. Yeah.
And then the worst part is they announced, hey, they're going to remake it now. I'm like, again, why? Like, it got to the point where even the CGI movies were way better. Like, the animated movies had more consistency to the characters and the game.
I feel like we need at least a decade between like reboots.
Yeah, that's
Thank
the
you.
problem.
You know,
is,
like, why do we need a-
Spider-Man ends? Don't get me wrong, I love the new Spider-Man, but it's like instead of a sequel, they're like, well, people didn't like that. Let's just get a different.
Let's just
actor
forget about that.
and different writers and act like it didn't happen.
I actually like the whole idea of instead of focusing on the Uncle Ben thing, let's take a different angle.
Yeah, they left it out.
And that's where I love the Homecoming.
Ant-Man?
Like, you know, it's like
That's a good
now.
angle. That's a good angle.
the angle and dangle. No, you know, the idea is like, okay, if you can take a movie and quote unquote reboot it, but just take a different angle. Don't try to retell the same story. Like to what Flex is saying, you know, Terminator. Okay, we'll take a different angle. That's, you know, I don't know.
But like that's the thing is like you have this idea, and like if the only reason why you're putting the name on it is so that you get the recognition, why don't you try to come up with your own thing?
Correct. Yeah.
Like they're robots. Fucking robots are cool. In the Terminator, it's the world's ending. There's fucking robots trying to kill us all. You don't need to call it the Terminator. It could be something else.
Westworld.
Ta-da. I mean, like
The Westworld Terminator Genesis.
Oh no.
with Jurassic Park. No.
No, the reason why they can't just come up with something new and put a brand new name on it, it's because
Has no recognition.
and people we're creatures of habit. We know what we like and we like it. There's a reason why everyone shops at Walmart and people buy McDonald's still, and even though no matter how bad it is, things are not necessarily the best, they just keep doing it because we're creatures of habit.
We love you,
McDonald's.
McNuggets.
I don't fucking care what anyone says. I love McDonald's. McDonald's, hook me up.
Let me get the
Szechuan
hot and
sauce.
spicy. Let me get the hot and
Szechuan.
spicy magic.
Szechuan sauce, bring that back.
I feel there's originality out there. I just feel that there's not enough of it. But every once in a while, you do get those films, though. We got A Quiet Place not that long ago, and I feel like that was one of the more original horror movies, or thriller movies, I guess you could say. And that did very well. So I think there's a chance out there. I just think a lot of more writers, producers, all those guys, they just need to start taking more risks.
For every low budget film like that, you get something like I believe it was Tomorrowland. Huge. Disney high production,
Which I love.
I
by
thought
the
that
way.
was pretty
I love
good.
that
I thought it
movie.
was
and
really
it bombed.
good, dude.
It
And it
bombed
sucked.
hard.
Yeah.
And I never saw it, but
But I thought it bombed for a different reason too, though. There was like some drama that was going on, like in real life,
like when it came out.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
But
know that.
The point being, like that was an original script movie, and it bombed. So maybe they decided it would be easier to go back to something
With the name recognition.
with the name
Yeah.
recognition,
Like
and then
attach
just
it.
put something like Jumanji too. It has nothing to do really with the first one, but you have that connection to the first one, so more people are going to go watch it.
It's got The Rock in it.
And see, and that one had similarities to the original Jumanji, but it was just the name on it that really pushed it in that direction. It could have very well been its own thing.
Yeah, and now we're going to get a Jumanji 2, and it's going to start a Jumanji 3 because that one's going to make money.
Wait,
Jumanji
is
4.
Vin Diesel going to be in there with The Rock?
Oh,
because
God.
I'm there.
Oh, wait, hang on.
I'm in.
I need to warn you guys too, though. When you do watch Jurassic Park or Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, just to warn you ahead of time, there's a lot of smoldering by Chris Pratt. All right, I'm just gonna warn you right now.
He's not Star-Lord, Chris Pratt.
There's a lot of smoldering by
I don't want a
Owen.
quippy person leading a Jurassic Park movie. That's kind of another problem that I have with this. I'm sorry to go back to that, but like,
Wasn't that Jeff Goldblum though in the first movie?
but he was a side character. He wasn't the main character. Alan Grant was very much.
Well, we could
he was
argue
very
that
much a
he
straight
made-
face character, and you had Jeff Goldblum doing his Burt Reynolds pose out to the
Sorry,
side. That was
Gandhi.
perfectly charming. Like if you have a quippy lead person leading this serious matter, it kind of takes away from the drama and the seriousness at hand. So I don't know. Sorry, I'm picking at it.
The only
again.
thing I can tell
fine,
you,
it's
I don't think Jeff Goldblum was a side character. He was a main character because until
In the
now,
Lost World?
he still is in the movie. So who's the side character now?
I heard he's been like 5 minutes in this movie, so they just brought him back
It
just for
don't
name
matter.
recognition.
He keeps the
They give
story
him
going.
6. Okay. They give him,
Cameo, bro.
6
Cameo.
minutes.
Look, there's all this murder.
Alan Grant got a
there's
whole
all
new
these
movie.
dinosaurs murdering and eating people that they're handling the drama. You let Chris Pratt handle the quirk,
The comedy.
the quips, and the jokes and the humors.
Deadpool with dinosaurs.
As long as there's no snap on the finger.
Snap. I'll put that sound bite in later. Shit. All right. Anything else on fatigue, guys?
This episode.
I think we're all. It's 10 o'clock. It's past our old bedtime.
Oh shit. Well, just let the listeners know that next week we'll be attending the Amazing Las Vegas Comic Con.
Absolutely.
Come out here, look for us at the convention center. We'll be there hanging out, networking, seeing folks, the cosplayer, the vendors, check out some of the guests and guest speakers. Please join us next weekend.
Look for Negan.
Yeah, we're gonna put up a ton of pictures, some video, hopefully. Check out the Instagram. Check us next week. We're on everything: iTunes, Podbean,
Google Play.
Spotify.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Everything.
What about iHeartRadio?
Pick something. We're on it.
Too.
Over there?
CB radio.
Probably.
Thanks, Jose, for
RSSV.
joining us.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Jose.
And if you have Google Assistant, you can literally tell Google Assistant to play the Nofa show, and it will play automatically.
Yes.
Show people how it's done right now, Jose. Speak it into the mic.
Okay, Google, play the
Yes.
Nofa show.
It's that easy.
That
Check
easy.
us out.
Boom. Done.
When you're done playing Skyrim on your Alexa.
Totally.
Quick question. Sorry, guys. Gagne, have you gotten further in the game?
Negative. No, I've
He's
lost
a dad. He's got things to do
I
and
know,
movies to watch.
the kids'
And
summer
movie passes to
break,
spend.
man. I lost my my TV.
What?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Fair enough.
He has his kids there.
Oh,
Yeah, so
Not
that's
like
TV.
literally.
no.
No.
We're gonna open.
Really upset.
We're
Lost
gonna start
control
you
of
a
my TV.
GoFundMe account and get you a new TV.
We're gonna get you an extra TV. You put it in the guest room. Don't tell nobody, okay?
There you go.
You're gonna hide your gaming is shaming.
Gaming is shaming. I like that.
Hashtag that.
Thanks, everybody. Catch us next week.
We love you. Please listen and subscribe.
Later.